us a little bit of your background, who you are, where you're from, what you do, all that.
Well, my name is Paul Teague. I'm known politically online as the real Paul Revere. I am on True Social, Gab, Getter, Telegram, and then I was booted from Facebook and Twitter and lost all my following on
Oh
both.
no, we're at risk too then.
Yeah, and I'm back on Twitter as Me Real Revere, M.I. Real Revere, and I just always had an interest in politics and entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. So I started off in broadcasting when I was 16. Went to broadcasting school, became a disc jockey. Went on from there and became a wrestler promoter here in the local Mid-South. And after that, I realized that politics is wrestling, and I wanted to be like Vince McMahon and show it was all fake.
Mm-hmm.
And now I've kind of got my platform because Donald Trump showed it was all fake.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think he definitely opened people's eyes. But, I take that back. Some people, but then a lot of people that I think had the most to gain from the lesson didn't. Like the mainstream media. I just assumed that once they saw that a lot of us were done with we're not lemmings, we don't want to be led to the trough and fed whatever. We want, I told Josh this. I had the idea the other day, Josh. I would like to do, I've been talking about it for some time, and you may be aware of some of the platforms that fill this need. But I just want a news source that gives me the facts. I don't want you to tell me how to think about it. I don't want you to spin it. I just want to know what happened and then form my own opinion. And I was like, maybe we should do that once a week, as we literally just give them the facts. So, but my point is, I thought after Donald Trump, the mainstream media would be like, oh man, the spinning is bad for business, and these people that's not actually what they want, and it just seemed to get worse.
That's right.
Yeah.
When I went to broadcasting school back in '88, we were taught that we were supposed to be unbiased as broadcasters.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't have any kind of bias whatsoever. So that's exactly what you're supposed to get. You're supposed to get direct news, let people make their own decision. That kind of went out the door when Bill Clinton came into office.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything was spun after that. I personally have a disdain for broadcasting now. And I had a disdain for Republican and Democrat politics because I had been a part of both of them. I actually served on Bill Clinton's campaign under Gore's telephone staff as a telephone staffer in Little Rock, Arkansas. And then after that election, I realized I didn't identify that much with the Democrat aspect, so I tried Republican. And then we had Bush Jr. and his weapons of mass destruction that never appeared.
Mm-hmm.
And I started realizing it's all just a bunch of fake stuff. So I joined the Libertarian Party, and I became the Delta Regional Coordinator for the Libertarian Party here in Tennessee, and helped build up with Jim Tomasic and Don Janes that party here in the state from 11 counties that had chairs to 65. And then I started seeing the same thing happen to the Libertarian Party as well, and so I backed out of it, and so I'm politically homeless now. So
Interesting. Well, I tend to claim I'm a libertarian, but it's not so much that, because I honestly registered I'm a Republican, but I was explaining to somebody the other day the reason that I historically voted Republican versus Democrat on various issues is because often what I disagree with the Republican Party are social issues that don't directly affect me on their views because I'm a heterosexual white male. But I disagree fervently with most of the liberal fiscal, views, their stances on a lot of the tax platforms and socialist type ideas on that type stuff. And so that does directly affect me. So because of that reason, I tend to vote Republican, though I tend to say I'm a libertarian. So that's interesting. I was going to ask you, though, since you seem to be very astute on the political front, and and I appreciate you explaining that too, because initially, a lot of people will watch and listen to you, especially some of the platforms and stuff you're on, and just assume you're this, out there conservative. But I think a lot of people like you and me who really analyze their views are probably libertarian. They probably really, most of us just want to be left alone. We want government to do what government was meant to do, which was protect the people, and we want to be left alone to do our own thing.